You and I talked about earlier this concept of how the financial accounting system looks at a company and the percentages. And you made an interesting point about human capital and how that should be structured. I'd love you to share more on that.
Yeah, so this just came out, and I'm not an expert in finance, but I read this article, a series of articles really, and I was fascinated that the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, has not made a major change in financial reporting requirements since 1977. But they just declared that all companies will have to disclose their human capital. And why do they do it? Because they realized in 1934, when they were first founded, or in the early days, 100% of the value in a company was made by tangible assets. That's why you have to disclose PP, property, plant, and equipment. And then in 1977, or 75, it was like 83%. So it started to drop. And this is when we shifted from a manufacturing society to a knowledge or service economy. And in 2016, the last time they calculated, only 16% of the value created came from tangible assets. The other 84% came from human capital. Now, looking at today, it's probably about the same, and maybe even more so. If most of the value created comes from a source you're not tracking, pay attention to, and in most cases, you're treating like a cost to contain rather than asset to develop, this is the shift. And that's why I think this could be the human capital era, when we realize the greatest investment you can make is in humans. Because technology is going to be a great equalizer. Everyone has access to capital. It's the human talent that's going to make a difference. And that's why I think we have to focus on that. We're coming out of the shareholder value era where everything was about returning value to shareholders. It was short-term thinking. It caused economic stagnation. It caused massive income inequality. Now we've got an opportunity to really grow the economy by focusing on how do we create more high-paying taxpayers? How do we invest in humans for all the things they can do and all the things we don't know about what they can do yet?
It sounds like, Heather, that companies are going to have to morph into learning companies.
Every company is a learning company. The top 5 companies in the world right now, in terms of market cap, are all digital companies, but it's not about digital. They just learn faster than their competition.
How have they been able to do it so successfully while others are laggards to it?
Well, because they're exploring a new frontier. So everything they put out there is an experiment to learn from. Every time Amazon sells you something, it's not about the thing they're selling you. It's about what they learned in the process of selling you that thing, what they anticipated you might buy, how you might use it. And that becomes a Trojan horse, in many cases, quite literally a Trojan horse, to understand. Every product is really a beta from which to learn about your market and your next market.